Hey everyone, this is Corey with Casual EDC, and today I wanted to make a quick little video about QSP Knives. QSP is a fairly new brand that has been on the market for quite a little bit of time, but they've recently been bringing out some additions that are a little more towards the higher end, away from their budget roots. So there's been numerous videos on the internet and even on this channel about QSP's budget knives. This here is a QSP Penguin that I customized. Nice little Wharncliffe sheep's foot blade, liner lock. I went ahead and gave this a nice acid wash, as well as the liners, clip, and hardware. Functionally though, this knife is the exact same. Super smooth on the phosphor bronze, deploys reliably, pretty drop shutty for phosphor bronze, and a really good little work knife. Pretty thin stock, cuts very well, comes down to a relatively thin edge, which you can see here. This has a 17-degree polished edge on it, not quite a mirror, but a polished edge. They also have some other budget offerings, like the Parrot is the other popular one, which is a like a plastic handled liner lock with more of a drop point classic, more regular shaped blade if the Wharncliffe sheep's foot's not your thing. Moving on here, we have kind of a weird knife, but this one here is the QSP Locust. So you're looking at VG10 steel for this one. Burlap micarta scales with some interesting milling in here, kind of looking like the thorax of a locust, hence the name, with the shape of this handle and this design here. You can see some jimping in the back, steel liners that have some nice pocketing on the inside, which I think you can kind of see in there. We have a gold anodized titanium pocket clip, and take a look at this blade. Very, very interesting shape, and this is actually quite a big knife. You can see it's struggling to fit in frame here. I'm going to move these other ones out of the way, but putting it down here on the nafs.com mat, you can see it's very long. To bring into comparison, a full-size DDC knife, the TRM Atom, that has a 3.5-inch blade. You can see it's longer in every dimension. It's a little bit longer in the handle, probably by about the width of my finger or so. It's tough to tell on this angle with the camera, and you have probably another 1/8 of an inch on the blade, though the cutting edge is nice and straight, so it's a very useful blade. But I will bring in a tape measure here just to kind of show you this. So overall length, you're looking right around 8.8 inches or so. It's just above 8 3/4 of an inch. And you're looking at a 3.75-ish inch blade. So pretty long blade there. And it's actually pretty thin. See, the stock's not too bad at all, and the edge is nice and thin. This is cut beautifully. It looks strange, this handle shape, but the ergonomics are actually really good, especially with this little swell in the back. Your fingers wrap around this very nicely, and your thumb wants to sit right on this ramp. And this little spot right here, just kind of that up sweep, just kind of grabs your palm a little more. And this was a dream to cut through cardboard with. Expect a review on this in the future. Not too long from now, but you got an opening hole as well. It flips reliably, it's pretty smooth. Thumb stud, where using the hole with your thumb works pretty well. I can kind of get it with my pointer finger. It's a little tough to get with your middle finger, just because of the positioning of that flipper tab. I hit myself in the finger a lot with it, but this was the QSP Locust. So on bearings, nice and smooth. And as I mentioned, this is VG10 steel, which you can see right there. These have the two-tone blades, as well as the other one there, the Pelican, which we will take a look at now. I will leave these two right over here to the side. And here is the QSP Pelican. So you can see we have another two-tone blade, that same burlap kind of micarta, pocketed steel liners. You have a G10 backspacer on this, which actually, it might be micarta. I have not checked, but you can see there is a bit of texture to that. You can kind of see the layers. So it's either G10 or micarta. I'm not 100% sure. Another gold anodized titanium pocket clip. And this one here is sporting S35 VN, which you can see right there. So you have a two-tone S35 VN, big, chunky flipper. I say chunky, it's really not all that thick. These knives carry really well. You can see it next to the Penguin here. You're not looking at much of a difference in handle thickness. in all honesty. So even their smaller compact options with a 3-inch blade, this is not too much wider. The ergos on this are pretty great. This little swell down here really captures your fingers. No hot spot coming from the flipper tab, and the jimping is very purposeful here. It allows you to actually get your thumb up here quite a bit. The jimping stops right around this area, as you can see. So if I needed to push down with my thumb, that's good to go, but I can also rest my whole thumb here. Another really nice utilitarian style Wharncliffe blade with a thin hollow grind. You can see the way that edge is reflecting that grind. You can see a nice thin edge on this one as well. As I said, with a good hollow grind on this one, you can kind of see with the way that reflects the light, and you can see everything on the desk reflected there. And this one is crazy smooth. This is a finger guillotine, however you want to say it. But action like this is similar to what I had on my Koenig Arias. And that's no joke coming from QSP. And I'm not sure about the price on the Locust, but I do know that this one comes in right around $130. And I also know at one point on drop.com, these were only $80. And they also come with different micarta options for both of these, as well as for the Penguin. So that's just a real quick little show and tell with these QSP knives. Eddie has given you his thoughts about the QSP Penguin, and I share many of the same thoughts, so I'm not going to be doing anything else with this knife, but I will be bringing you guys some reviews and some comparisons with these two knives. This is really a weird one. I had to force myself to carry this. Didn't think I was even going to give it a shot, and sorry, I got the camera shaking there. I bumped my desk a little bit, but I didn't really think I was going to carry this one because it's such an odd blade shape and odd handle shape, and it's so big. But it actually proved to be really useful. Nice, fine, delicate tip, which thins out quite a bit. So you can see a thin tip with that thin grind, so it cuts really well. VG10's fine, it's good to go for steel. Nothing crazy, but it's absolutely fine for any normal EDC type of use. Quick pass on a strop and you're good to go. Opening hole's alright, not too bad, but nice smooth action. Not quite as drop shutty as the Pelican, but the Locust is nice and smooth and has actually been kind of fun to play with, despite being a larger knife than what I would normally like to carry and use. And this Pelican, well, like I said, I'm enjoying this one quite a bit. I'm excited to see how their heat treat is on this S35. I'll be doing some tests to that and trying to determine how well it's treated compared to some other models that I have sitting around with similar steels. But you know, like I said, nice thin action, nice thin grinds, good action. The lockup on these is all good. I have oiled these, but this was drop shutty just as it is out of the box. The Locust is a little more tight, but it's still nice and smooth, and they both came very centered as well. So good things coming here from QSP, and I'm excited to give these guys some good pocket time and bring you guys my thoughts and review. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us get out there to some more people, and the more people watching, the more content we can bring you. So we appreciate all the support as always. Thank you guys so much, and have a great day.